I'd like to introduce Brigadier F.G. Hassett, who is commander of the 28th British Commonwealth Brigade Group at Taiping in Malaya. Brigadier Hassett is visiting the Jungle Training Centre at Kanungra, and I wonder, sir, could you tell us the purpose of your visit here before returning to Malaya?
Well, I want to see the training facilities and curriculum here at JTC to see how it ties in with the brigade requirements in Malaya.
Now, sir, could you tell us something about this brigade, exactly what it is?
Well, it's the 28th British Commonwealth Brigade Group of some 4,500 troops, and it has basically 3 infantry battalions and supporting elements. The battalions coming one from UK, one from New Zealand, and one from Australia. The Australian battalion is, of course, the 1st Battalion, Royal Australian Regiment.
Are you the first Australian brigadier who has had this particular appointment? As I understand, you command troops additional to the 28th Brigade.
Yes, as my command takes in the North Malaya military district as well, a total of some 9,000 Commonwealth troops. The 28th Brigade itself had commanders, Australian commanders, during the Korean War. And basically, though the personnel have changed, it is still the same formation that fought in the Korean War.
What is it in fact doing at this stage, sir?
Well, it has 2 main tasks. The first one, in conjunction with the Federation Army of Malaya, is to eliminate the remaining communist terrorists in Malaya. And its second task, and main task, is to train and prepare for its role as the strategic reserve in the Far East.
How many CTs remain in your area now?
This is difficult to assess. There are very few, and these are near the Thai border in some of the most difficult jungle country in Malaya. I would say there are some 15 to 30, with larger numbers across the Thai border.
I see. Well, now, what area is the brigade operating in at this stage?
Well, approximately half the brigade group is in northern Malaya on this communist terrorist chasing role. The remainder are down in the south in a large military cantonment, the Malacca cantonment. The Australian battalion is in northern Malaya on this operational role. The operational area is very large and is a wild, undeveloped jungle area in northern Perak. This makes it a very fine training area, and the soldiers learn to live and fight in this difficult terrain, and the emphasis is very much on junior leadership. There is also the element of danger from communist terrorists, which keeps everyone on his toes.
You mentioned Malacca, sir. What are the plans for this area?
Well, Malacca is, of course, a famous historical town in southern Malaya. The camp, which is called Camp Tarinda, is some 15 miles from Malacca town on the Malacca Straits. It's a well-planned, modern military camp designed to accommodate the brigade group and its dependents, say some 10,000 people. Facilities at the camp are very good and make for pleasant living.
Speaking of living conditions, how have the Australian troops and their families taken to life in Malaya?
Well, generally speaking, and particularly from the family point of view, it's regarded as a good station. The cost of living is high, but the allowances are properly balanced to offset this. I know that some parents are concerned about their children's education prior to going to Malacca. I think the Army schools there are good, and I'm glad that I took my children, one of whom is of secondary school age and the other of primary school age. I'm glad I took them with me to Malaya, because I don't think their formal education has suffered in any way, and I'm sure they've benefited from the experience.
So what's the duration of the normal tour of duty in Malaya?
Well, it's 2 years, and this seems to be just about right. It's good training and experience for the soldiers, and an interesting tour for their families. But the climate is innovating, and after about 2 years, most people are looking forward to their return to Australia after a very satisfactory tour.
Thank you very much indeed, Brigadier Hassett.